He's gonna be based, guys. Let's go.
Who watch this show, but I'm not talking to them right now. I'm talking to other men, particularly young men. You have to understand something, and it might take you a while, like it took me, to figure this out. I don't think I've got it all figured out.
Oh, hold on. Look, fuck that delivery from station to station. I redid my science. Look at how cute this is. I think you can fit every science if you split the lanes here and you loop it through like this. What a cute and clever design. I know. I shock myself sometimes with how smart I am. Thank you. Okay, let's listen to this guy.
Factorio doesn't.
But I'm telling you this as someone not on their moral high horse.
Watched him playing this
who
for
has
fucking
made every one of the mistakes we're about
yonks.
to identify.
Number
Okay?
one, don't rape
Listen
people.
to me,
I've done it all.
young
I'm just
men
kidding.
of the world. Yeah? Hating women is bullshit. It's bullshit. Right? And I don't mean bullshit like, I'm so mad at you. I mean bullshit like, it's a lie. It's
I
not
don't even
real,
know if I'm loved.
right? All of these ideas that you have about claiming women, subjugating them, thinking that they are inferior to you, they should be a thing to be controlled or in some other way, these are all lies. They're not true things. The reality is
How can one
Let's see. Let's see what this broadcast looks like.
subjugating them, thinking that they are inferior to you, they should be a thing to be controlled or in some other way. These are all lies. They're not true things. The reality is how can one
Let's see. Let's see what this broadcast looks like. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's fucking laggy as fuck, but it's not bad. It is quite loud though. Just tone it down a bit.
man be
Oh,
so
shit, now I'm
brave?
behind.
How
Now I'm
can one
behind. Now I
man
gotta
be so
refresh
brave?
so that I'm fucking. I don't know. What are you talking about, Destiny? This is quite cool. Where are my docs? Where are my docs at, bruh? I want stats, custom browser docs. No. Yeah, what are these? No. What are you? What are you? What? Scene selection? No. Docs. Where is chat? Ha! Oh no, you can go there. What are stats? No, you can fuck off. Okay, yeah. Yeah, bro, I don't fucking care. Where do you see if anyone is actually watching you, bruh? I want to see that sort of thing. Status bar, stats, edit, docs. Lock you. I don't know what any of that fucking things mean, eh? Chat, stats, scenes, transitions. None of these things make any sense to me, eh? Actually, is none of them, eh? Maybe I should open this one here. Hey? YouTube Studios, eh? Because that is actually, the one where it is supposed to be, streaming from. Maybe that is the one. Dog, if you do not stop licking, I'm going to be busting my head open on the concrete in the driveway. Do you want that to be happening? No, I love you, my bro. You're my baby boy. Yo, I love you. This dog, I love this dog. This dog's my bruh. He's not just my bra. He's my baby. All my dogs is my babies. For all the dog lovers out there, throw your hands in the air, cause we ultimately at the end of the day we care. Let's look at this pitiful attempt at YouTube, bruh. You know, this one got the most fucking views. It was my first one and it got a lot of views. Well, it wasn't the ultimate first one. You know, really, where's the one where you can see? Here we go. Watching Destiny for a bit. Yeah, views now. Yeah. I think that view. What do I want? I want the analytics, eh? Real time updating. 1 views. How many viewers? Reach, engagement, audience, returning viewers, subscribers. This stuff is it's a bit baffling, eh? Because the chat's got the chat, but it doesn't. Oh yeah, live chat, not that other cock. Eh? What does that do? Nah, fuck me, mate. Go back to where you came from. Nah, you're in the wrong place again. Shut. What the fuck happened here? Yeah, go, you're long ways. No. Oh, there we go. I had it. There we go. How are you supposed to know if there's people watching you on this thing? Fuck me. Other YouTube features? Real time, updating in real time. Views. Watch time. Subscribers, peak. Customization, details. Jan 5th. Whose birthday is it? It is someone's birthday today. Shit. One of my cousins. Is it Robin? Not going to say his surname, his last name. Because that would be the thing they call the doxing. And that is not allowed. Fuck me. Fuck me, mate. Fuck me, mate. What's this? Fuck me. Settings. What does the settings do? I don't know. Fuck right off. I don't. I don't want a bit of your shit right there, you know. Why does it not tell you who is fucking watching you? You know what? Why was I not informed about that? How does he do it then? Does he not do it through OBS? Because now I'm fucking streaming through OBS. Streaming. You know, fuck this shit. I'm just gonna be fucking.
Need
Yeah.
of
We'll
corralling,
watch
who are
it.
in need of subjugation, who are in need of some method of oversight that only you are properly able to give, and it has to be firm and heavy-handed. It's young men of the world. It's all a lie.
Who the
There's
fuck are you
nothing
talking
to
about?
it. It's not true at all.
Who?
And if you don't find a way to confront this, to really get to the bottom of it, that something hurt you and you are incapable of dealing with it in adulthood, you will continue to have all of these issues. Because we're going to talk about Gervonta in a minute, and then you mentioned it. It's not just the Dana White situation. Look at this news about Phil Baroni, who has, again, allegedly been arrested for murdering his girlfriend. And the alleged details are...
What happened with
beat her.
Dana White?
Jesus.
He beat her to death. You know, when you add that into what Dana did, into the defense of Dana, like, I wish a woman would hit on me. You are a bully who is in...
Shit, what happened with Dana White? Let us find out. Dana White. Oh, fuck, man, I'm into right news. There's so much shit on my desk here. Dana White and wife Anne in drunken nightclub fight on New Year's Eve. De La Hoya hits out at Dana White fight on the night against. Endeavour shares all after video shows UFC boss Dana White hitting wife. Okay. TMZ. Oh no, I don't want to go to TMZ. CNBC. Who? Okay, I suppose he's slightly impartial on this sort of shit. Endeavour. Who's Endeavour? I don't know who Endeavour is. But let us read. Let us read now. Media and entertainment company Endeavour. Oh, okay. It tells us. It tells us who. It tells us. It tells. You fucking camera. Get back. Get back. Hey, Hamba. Hamba. Oh, why are you not going? I really need to sort out this arrangement better. I want it further. Is that better? Ooh, it's not going to help, is it? Oh no, it's too close. Too close. There. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay. Media and entertainment company Endeavour saw its shares fall Tuesday after a video showing Dana White, president of its Ultimate Fighting Championship business, slapping his wife. Endeavour shares closed down nearly 6%. This week, a video published by TMZ showed White getting into an altercation with his wife and at a New Year's Eve party in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. In the video, it appears the two are arguing before Anne White slaps Dana White. He then slaps her. Endeavour and the UFC didn't immediately respond to requests for comment. White issued a public apology on Monday, according to media reports. And White also issued a separate statement to TMZ calling it an isolated incident. White is synonymous with UFC, having served as its president since 2001. In 2014, White spoke about domestic violence after Ray Rice of the NFL assaulted his fiancée, saying, You don't bounce back from putting your hands on a woman. He is eating his words. According to media reports, been that way in the UFC since we started here. Following the comments, White also revealed the UFC screens people for domestic violence. Hollywood powerhouse Endeavor began a talent agency and was co-founded by one of the industry's most recognizable agents, Ari Emanuel, not Ari Gold. Does anyone remember who is Ari Gold? He was Ari Gold from Entourage. Where was I? Endeavor. Yeah, Endeavor has bulked up over the years through a series of acquisitions, owning and managing live events like the Miami Open tennis tournament and the Miss Universe International Beauty Pageant. So which one was it that Trump owned? Was that the Miss America, not the Miss Universe? I'm not sure. I'm not sure right now. Endeavor acquired a controlling interest in UFC. A controlling interest. Was he? Fuck me, mate. Did Diana fucking sell out a controlling interest? Gee, fuck me. Quite a controlling interest in UFC, not a popular mixed martial arts league. The fucking most popular and the fucking the fucking best in the hele wereld, man. In 2016, it took full ownership. Fucking hell, it took full ownership of UFC in 2021. The Endeavor. Where you, dog? Hey, stop it. Yoda. These dogs are fucking... What are you doing? Come here, come both of you. You stop it. You come here. Sorry everyone, my dogs is just... This one's only fucking 6 months old, but he's already bigger than the other two. And he's still in that very puppy, he wants to play, and the other two are just old and they don't want to play. And this one's actually not mine. Like this one right on my left here, you can't see her. She's my brother's dog. But he's been in fucking America for 7 weeks with his family. Ow! And now this puppy is biting me. What the fuck is you doing? Hey! Ow! No, fuck! What the fuck is you doing? Yeah, fucking hell! Yeah, let's see if you can see him. There we go. Say hello. You little fucking monster. Ah! Why are you biting me? Come here. Come here. Just be nice. Just be nice. Come here. Just be nice. Hey? No, yes. Why are you biting me? No, now you're biting him. Oh, no. This is not... Look. Yoda. What are you doing? It's not funny. Don't wag your tail. No. It's not funny. No. Yeah, it's thunder. No, you're not scared of thunder. No, fuck. Stop. No, stop. Okay, wait. Fucking hell. Alright. Okay, you stay there. Don't bite the others. Sorry, Mensa. Just wanted to show you my little boy. He's growing up to be such a intelligent young dog, eh? Ow, no, stop biting me. Stop it. Ow, fuck. That was sore. No. Stop it. Stop. Fucking hell. Show that. Spit me on my tattoo. Oh my goodness. You zicked me from behind. Doesn't play fair. Doesn't play fair, this one. He zicked me from an outlying position. Alright. Should we try find this video? Let's go, let's open another tab. Where's my mouse? Where is... Okay. Where's this? Don't know what Slam's wife. Okay, maybe it's more. Ooh. Let's have a look. See how bad it is. Do you think it's the actual footage? Oh shit.
I'm one of the guys, you know, you've heard me say for years, there's never, ever an excuse for a guy to put his hands on a woman. My wife and I have been married for almost 30 years. We've got 3 kids, and, you know, this is one of those situations that's, you know, horrible. I'm embarrassed, but it's also one of those situations that is, you know, right now, we're more concerned about
there's no
kids. You know,
fucking
we
footage.
have 3
Where is the footage? Oh wait, this might be the footage. Yes. How are these oaks still clubbing? Like, maybe there was. Oh, she smacks him. Oh, look, yeah, he did. He hit her. Obviously, he put hands on her, but it's not like he fucking wandered from here and went. Whoop, he just went like it's not. It's obviously not good. She should never have hit him either. Look, let's be honest. She should never have hit him either. But I don't think he really put major force into that. I don't think he did. Obviously, the current social culture, you know, that it's just you never ever touch a woman. But that the same By the same measure, she should never have hit him either. I can hear these dogs growling. Yoda, leave her! Hey! Stop it! Stop! Fucking hell. Stop it. Just stay here. So she smacks him. I don't think it's like... It's such a... Okay. She smack... Okay. Let's look. Stop it. Stop it, dog. No, I'm not gonna fucking do this. Yeah, he hit her, but it's not. Maybe he hit her more. I don't know. My take on that. He's never coming out on top. Never ever coming out on top. Obviously, just to the current climate. Should he have hit her? No, of course not. Should she have hit him? Fucking of course not either. It's always going to look worse for the guy. I don't think in any way he did any damage to her. Like, I mean, there are ways to hit people, and he knows there are ways to hit people. I definitely don't think. Ooh, shit. I misspelled shit. Where was that fucking thing? What the hell? Ooh, I want to watch this. We are going to
Just
watch
this one
this.
video alone has an excellent foundation for the sex trafficking charge. But more than that, they
I know
also
this
have
guy.
Probably a tax
guy's the
beef
criminal
that they
lawyer.
against him once they start diving into his books.
Dude,
You
he's
analyze
the criminal
this.
lawyer.
I really don't want you to think I'm taking
Something
anything out of
self-snitching.
context, because I'm not. But let's see, in his own words, how he's recruited, lured, or retained these girls.
Then you start saying things like,
I'm so curious how like not Andrew, how Myron or Sneak or whatever would defend this. He literally admits in the video, he talks about how you can lie about how much taxes you're paying on behalf of them to steal like a bigger cut than what they're aware of because they're too stupid to figure it out otherwise.
what law is that breaking? That's not human trafficking.
Hold on. I just want to hear it. One second. Did you just say what law is that breaking?
Stay agnostic if you don't know.
No,
There's
I
no
am
actual evidence
agnostic.
to
You're
lead-
the one that's not. Why do you keep trying to steal
said
my
stay
position?
agnostic. I
You're
say
not
stay
agnostic, though.
agnostic.
I am agnostic.
A lot of the supporters of Andrew Tate.
Jesus.
What's his name?
Out of context.
Bruce Rivers,
Before we
he's the
get to
criminal
what we're gonna talk
lawyer.
about today,
Bruce
this
Rivers,
episode
he's the
is brought to
criminal
you by
lawyer.
What do you think? eForbes.com,
Yeah.
perhaps? Absolutely.
Bruce Rivers, he's
This
the
guy not
criminal
aware that
lawyer.
this makes him look like a complete joke in his industry. Well, firstly, I'm going completely by TV stereotypes here, but one is from The Wire, so I trust those stereotypes.
Yeah,
Our
the
criminal defense lawyers already kind of seen as
Hey, the Destiny Watch, The Wire is great. Wire is fantastic. If you haven't watched The Wire, you gotta watch The Wire. And you gotta watch Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Something self-snitching is the criminal lawyer. Gotta stop self-snitching. Which is just a reference to hire Bruce Rivers, never answer any questions. As soon as you're arrested, ask for a lawyer. Invoke the... Is it invoke the 4th or the 5th? I don't know. Don't answer any questions. Ask for a lawyer. Blah-de, blah-de, blah. And get Bruce Rivers, because he's a criminal lawyer. But yeah, The Wire. Wire was one of the most accurate fucking shows there is.
wacky. Like if you're a criminal defense lawyer, people already view you that way. Number one, and then number two, for a lot of these like lawyer turned YouTubers, in the grand scheme of things, I don't think people realize how much money YouTubers make. Unless you're doing like big shot like corporate law, you're not really making insane money as a lawyer. Or maybe if you're like a partner in a big law firm, right? You're not making insane. Like tech bros in San Francisco are probably doing better on average than people who are lawyers, if I had to guess.
Wow.
Lawyer median salary is 127K. Okay, maybe not. Maybe lawyers do on average. I hear about a lot of people that don't make as much money as a lawyer, especially people doing like civil shit or whatever. But if you're somebody like Rakita Law, or if you're somebody like this guy, or if you're somebody like the Legal Eagle guy, they're making way more money on YouTube than they were as lawyers. So that's why they
I wonder, well,
that's probably why they take.
well, the Legal Eagle guy, he's got a huge YouTube, I think he's got a massive YouTube channel. So he's probably making a lot. I don't know what law he did specifically. But I mean, there are some lawyers that fucking kill it. I know, well, for one I know, because both my father and my brother are lawyers. My brother's in commercial law, and my father is a litigator. I suppose that's what, like conflict resolution law, I don't know, all kinds of different, he works in all kinds of, what the fuck happened to my coin? So, but I mean, there's lawyers that kill it, and depending, well, it does, I do suppose, like, if you're going to work for the state, yeah, fuck, you're not going to make a lot of money. You know, but you're going to get mad experience working for the state, I think. But most lawyers don't go and work for, like, the state. They go and work for law firms. And depending on the law firm that you work at, you can... like, the whole goal is to work your way up to partner level. But, like, in South Africa, I know that, like, even senior associates and stuff like that, they make a good chunk of change. Like a seriously good chunk of change. And then when you get to partner level, there's different types of partner. There's salary partners, there's equity partners. I mean, obviously there's a head partner. Where the fuck is my coin? My trick coin. It's actually not a trick coin, like a magic trick coin. It's just I like to do this shit with it. But yeah.
YouTube stuff a little bit more seriously. Defense lawyers' median salary is $92K, which is honestly still higher than I thought it'd be, but
Here's the thing. I think
Well, also depends who you're defending and... Yeah, it depends who you're defending and what you're defending them on. Like, some defense attorneys can fucking kill it. Like... Well, okay, as an example, like, what do you think OJ's attorneys made? Bombs. Like, in South Africa with the Oscar Pistorius trial, the head attorney was Barry Rue. And I mean, he was making a day, it was like vast amounts of money he was making for that trial. And he was Oscar Pistorius's defense attorney. Like in Johnny Depp, Amber Heard trial, like, it was a civil case, but they were her defense attorneys. They were making bombs. So it depends what kind of defense attorneys you are, how high profile you are, and who you represent at the end of the day. You know. But I suppose, I mean, look, he searched the average. But you can get there. Definitely. But then I suppose, like, he also searched the average, you know, sort of lawyer, and, like, I suppose the average sort of commercial law was $127,000, which is a lot. But it's actually not too far off. No, it's higher than South Africa, the average. But it's just higher because of the exchange rate. If you had to factor in, you know, living expenses and stuff like that, it would work out probably the same in terms of things are less, like the cost of living here is cheaper than the cost of living in America. So, you know, I think it would equal out in the sense of that.
I think I've come off in one of my last videos as not liking Andrew Tate, and people got offended by that, saying that I'm not being objective, and that I'm taking some of his things.
No, Bruce
out of
Rivers
context.
is the epitome
Let's
of
just talk about what we're
objectivity.
talking about here. I talked to you 5 months ago, and I told you that Andrew Tate is going to be on the police blotter. So I wouldn't be surprised if down the line, guess who we see on the blotter? We see Mr. Tate. I knew he was. And it's not just because I don't like him. It has nothing to do whether I like him or dislike him.
No,
This
don't
is a
shoot
legal
that.
analysis show, right? I mean, that's
Right,
the thrust of it.
Don't shoot
And
that.
one of the things I talk about is self-snitching, right?
Yeah.
And so
Don't
one of the
self-snitch,
things
that's his
that
thing.
I was trying to comment on
He-
is that
He self-snitched a lot. On YouTube.
there's a treasure trove of stuff that he's put out there to show that he is probably guilty of the crimes that they're talking about. And all the stuff that he's put out there can be used against him, not taken out of context. So what is he charged with? He's charged with sex trafficking. And I would venture to bet
Well,
that maybe even some
human
tax stuff might come
trafficking.
down the pike. We'll talk about that a little bit more. Sex
Human
trafficking,
trafficking.
there's unless you're dealing with underage, when we don't
I
have
don't know
any
if they've
evidence that
upgraded it
anybody's
to
underage.
sex trafficking. Or if
But
it's the same
we
thing,
have
I'm not sure.
3 things: force, fraud, or coercion.
And I'm not sure if there's different levels of human trafficking either. Like, there's obviously the different, you know, putting people in a fucking ship, in like the hull of a ship, or in crates in a ship, and smuggling them into countries, and, or selling people into slavery. And, Jesus, this dog. And, you know, doing that sort of, so that's one form of human trafficking, and that's a brutal form of human trafficking. So there's got to be different levels of human trafficking, each bad in their own right, you know. But as far as we know, he hasn't been called out on that one. As far as I know, has he? Don't know. But yeah, like I still sort of maintain there has to be different levels of human trafficking, like you see in the movies and cuck like that, and in The Wire, in the second season of The Wire, they were being used for sex trafficking, and like you should talk to Destiny about that. I actually want to ask him about that. He's playing D&D tonight.
Force, obviously, that's like being in chains and, not being allowed to leave. Fraud, being kept there under false pretenses. If there's an element of fraud in the way that you are enticing somebody or keeping somebody in a particular position to work for you, and if it's in the sex business, that's sex trafficking. Or coercion, threat.
It's crazy how many like prosecutors and shit today. I wonder how many of them are watching like YouTube as part of their cases against people, right? Especially working like in the SEC now for like these crypto things.
Well,
Some of these people are literally watching like, bought my Ferrari with 400 Bitcoin while my wife sucks my dick. Like they have to watch these videos. What are these like 40, 50, 60-year-old guys that are probably going through like evidence? Like it's fun.
Well, they're not. I mean, their teams are. They've got a whole team of associates and that do their research for them and bring their research forward and stuff like that. Like a lot of the time they don't necessarily perform their own research. They have a whole team doing their research for them.
Need to imagine.
Harm or some other way to limit your movement. And so let's kind of look at one of his very first videos that he did. These are his words, not my words. And I'm going to play it, and I'm not going to take it out of context. We'll play this. Let's just make sure I'm not taking things out of context.
When you say webcam company, people assume, oh, it's just a sex fest. But in reality, it's a shitload of people management. The HR category of the webcam business is the largest and most important thing. You're effectively taking girls, teaching them how to make unlimited money from home, and then making sure they give it all to you.
So you're making sure that you're teaching girls how to make a shit ton of money and give it all to you. Now, this is one of his first instructional videos. A lot of guys, he's got a lot of fans. And a lot of guys think, oh, in order to have some wealth, you have...
Actually, that's probably true, too. Social media has probably been a boon for a lot of investigators. You've got, like, investigators, like 40 years ago, like, fuck, how can we prove intent? How we figure out, like, did they actually have mens rea? Do they know what was going on here? Like, maybe the blah, blah, blah. And nowadays, people are, like, just Instagram storying out like them killing people or they're just like as blatant as possible in terms of like the bad shit they're doing. It's like, oh, okay, well, this is much easier now.
You have to have a Bugatti, you have to do this.
Yeah, but you've got to be so fucking stupid to admit this sort of shit. Like, on your YouTube channel. Like, firstly, you're getting into this sort of business. You've got to sort of understand what's legal and what's not legal. I would think. Right? Like, a lot of the time, the criminals that are running a sort of criminal sort of empire have a pretty good grasp on what's legal and what's illegal. If it's a criminal sort of empire, well, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but like, maybe I am wrong about that, but like, but then, like, maybe he's just stupid and, like, he's so egotistical and full of himself that he wants to go and brag about it. And wants to brag about it online to show the world how fucking amazing he is. He just doesn't do the due diligence around it and wants to show the world how this empire is that he just... Yeah, fuck. I mean, it's maddening.
You have to do that. In order to have wealth, you have to have self-pride. You have to know who you are as a person. And where do you get that from? You get that from building, as I've always said. So I do two things. I like to be motivation for younger guys and women for that matter, who are looking at maybe a possible direction in their career. So I like to motivate people in a very positive way. But the other thing I do is I do offer a legal analysis of what's going on here. Right off the bat, he tells you that his main goal is to have them work for him and him get all the money.
Webcam studios everywhere. There's one webcam studio down the road called Studio 20 with 100 rooms. 100 rooms, 8-hour shifts, 3 girls a day. That's 300 girls a day working, and they all work on LiveGasmic. So if you're going to go on LiveGasmic, you're going to be competing with big-time guys. And what you want to be competing with is people at home in their bedrooms. You don't want to be competing with serious businessmen, because I know for a fact, Studio 20, the owner of Studio 20 and the owner of the website itself, Live Yasmin, are friends, and they've got some kind of backhander agreement. So all the Studio 20 girls appear high on the web page. They appear at the top of the page. Obviously, if you're going to go on there, you don't want to scroll down 10 pages to find a girl. You're going to go to the girls in the first row. All his girls appear high up because he's given the guy a backhand. It's all this shady business. It's a huge competition market.
So you can see
Which
his
web
main
page was he
thrust
talking
is
about?
just making money, and he doesn't give a shit how he does it. Really, he's going to tell you in a second here the origin of the story, and he's repeated these same concepts through multiple interviews, right? And so when you say I'm taking things out of context, we've sourced this and sourced this and sourced this, and he's repeated it multiple times. Is something when you hear who he wants to compete. He doesn't want to compete with the main factories. He wants to compete with the girls that are at home. So it that gives you an indication that he's going. It's like in nature, I suppose. It's you go after the weakest.
Now, I've told very shortly my story, how I kind of started my whole webcam business. I'll tell it again in detail here. I was fighting. I had some money. I had 70,000 pounds in a safe in my...
One of our viewers had indicated that he's gotten most of his money from fighting. He had 70 grand, 70,000 euros or pounds or whatever he had, and that was it.
Decent chunk of change.
In my house. I wanted to buy property in Thailand and move to Thailand. I needed 80,000. I was 10 grand short, and I thought I'd go to the casino and make the
Why don't
10.
you just grind out
That's
the rest?
also telling. Hey, I'm going to go to the casino and try to make money when he's not even a gambler. You guys, stay away from the casino. There's a reason that they're so big.
Which was obviously, we all know how that story went. So
That's so stupid. You need 10 grand more. Like, I suppose, like, grind it out. Like, get some sort of job. Let's just assume that it was his dream to go buy a property in Thailand and get a property there and whatever. And he needed 10 grand more, which isn't, he needs 10,000 euros. It's not a small amount of money. In South African rands, it'd be like 200 grand. But you can make that in like a year, depending on what you're doing. And if he claims to be the hustler he is, he could find something to do. Doesn't need to do this, but like, fucking put your hustler brain into action and find a way. Grind it out. You don't have to. You just fuck off to the casinos. To fucking do it. Or just get a normal fucking type of job, grind it out, and then fuck off to Thailand. It's fucking odd to me.
lost 30, so now I need 40. I needed it quickly. So I was sitting there trying to find a way to make money. So how can I make money? And what I did was, I said to Tristan, I'm literally not leaving my room until I have a way for us to make more money. Because I can only fight so many times per year, and I know their income. So I got a pen and paper, and I was on YouTube, like researching, how people make money, what millionaires have, and they kept talking about assets. And I was sitting there thinking, what assets do I have? I'm trying to buy a property. I mean, I didn't own a property in the UK at the time.
Now, think about the word asset. What is an asset? Well, I suppose this hat is an asset. It's not worth much, but it's really the brand is worth a lot more than the hat is. But what is an asset? The office, the building, your brand, those are assets. Things that you own are assets.
Times I didn't pay any tax to anyone. I didn't want to pay taxes, so I didn't buy a house to confirm me. So I was like, what?
And keep in mind, keep that tax theme in the back of your head.
Assets do I?
Wait, did my inventory just get deleted?
I don't understand this game at all.
Oh no, wait, I dumped it all. I'm so sorry, never mind.
I have a car, I have this, I have that. And then I realized I had about 5 girlfriends, all smoking hot. And females are an asset.
Jesus.
Attractive females are absolutely an asset. And if you disagree with me, walk in the club with 10 blondes, and you'll see who the most important guy in the club is. Champagne shows.
Who the cares who the most important guy in the club is? The most insecure guy in the club, it's important to that guy. But it should never be important to you to be the most important guy in the club. What should be important to you is the people around you having their respect, but having their respect because, not because you're walking in there with 12 blondes.
I've walked in the club with 10 girls, and there's guys next to me doing champagne shows. Is anyone looking at their table or my table? No one gives a f about their table. Pussy is the most important driving force of this planet. Pussy is the only reason that empires were started and wars were waged. It's the only reason all you guys are out there.
No, it's not. Wars were waged for power and land. Not just for what. He's literally thinking about fucking Troy. He's thinking about the Trojan War, which is mythology. Or like Antony and Cleopatra. Like... Fuck, he's an idiot. That's not why wars are waged. Wars have been waged in the name of religion and for power and for land and control, but maybe somewhere were waged in the name of a woman, you know, but fuck me, you know. I don't, like, that's not the main thrust of war.
Interested in having money. If there was no pussy about, you wouldn't care about having money. You'd say, oh, I'll have a little bit of money and I'll just play chess all day. I don't care, I'll play video games. The only reason we want cars and clothes and six-packs and houses and shit is for girls.
That's also not true. I want cars because I like cars. Actually, the cars I want have nothing to do with girls. Like, I want a serious Range Rover, like a Range Rover type, or a fucking old school, you know, Land Cruiser, or a new Land Cruiser, or whatever that is, like a serious, sick off-roading type vehicle, so that I can go and do mad off-roading holidays in the Kalahari and in Botswana and in all the nature areas, you know, around South Africa and southern Africa, and maybe fucking one day even drive all the way through up to like Kenya, you know. I don't know if I'd do that. That's a bit hectic, you know, but I don't know if I could drive all the way through to... I mean, I once drove to fucking Mozambique, and getting stuck at the border there was hell enough, you know. But, you know, that's what I want, a fucking... those are the kind of cars I want, not to impress some chick. I did have a Jeep Wrangler once, and fuck, it was such a sick car. It wasn't designed for... It was hectic, like, for on-road use. The Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, 3.6 litre V6, and unbelievable 4x4 vehicle, like fucking awesome, with a Pentastar 3.6 litre V6 engine. And I mean, I used to be a fucking game ranger. I was a habitat manager. Well, not one of the guys who works with tourists, you know. I was a full-on working with the ecological aspects of the fucking park, you know. I did full in-depth stuff with animals and the vegetation and all kinds of mad, you know. So I did a shitload of off-roading and all that sort of type of stuff. And I really love the bush, you know. So, like, he's talking shit, not like he makes these assumptions. Yeah, maybe a lot of guys do want that. Like, I don't want that. Destiny doesn't want that. The type of car, like, my mates don't want that. I know for a fact my mates don't want that. Like, so many of my mates don't give a fuck about cars. couple of my mates do, like my one mate, he buys a new car, like, he's had so many cars, it's ridiculous. He doesn't do it to attract girls, he does it because he fucking just loves cars. He doesn't buy and keep, like, he doesn't have a collection, he just buys a new car, like, he wants a new car. It's just, it's quite funny. So yeah, he's rational around that. And new clothes and shit, I hate going shopping. Hate going clothes shopping. But when I do, I don't keep up with trends and all of that. I buy what I think looks nice. Is it to attract girls? Maybe to some extent. Of course you want to. At the moment, no. At the moment, not at all. Because my last 2 relationships were so fucked that I just don't want to have anything to do. I'm not looking for anything of that nature. Like I don't even want to entertain the notion of finding someone at the moment. It's just blah. But yeah, let's carry on.
Girls are the driving force. So when I realized that all the
They are not the fucking driving force. They are your driving force, and they are the driving force for. I suppose incels now become a word, and yeah, there are a lot of incels, and it's whatever. But
these assets, I had to find a way to monetize the assets.
Now remember, the assets, were something you own. He's got 5 women that he believes are his assets. Now he's going to make money off them.
I knew some street pimps. I've known them for a long time. Straight street pimping is a completely... In fact, no, it's not a completely different game. The psychological aspect is the same.
So, now, I'm not taking things out of context. He's saying the psychological aspect of what he's going to be doing is the exact same psychological aspect of street pimping, and that is control.
Of what we're going to do. The skill I'm going to teach you is exactly the same. I could easily translate mine to a street business, and you could easily street pimp with the things I'm going to teach you. But I didn't want no one else to f*** my girl. That's the truth. My girls. I want to f*** girls. I want some other guy f*** my girls. The f*** point in that. So, long story short, blah, 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 discovered webcam, and went from there. Flew all 5 girls in at once, sat them all down, so I've been going out with all of you.
Hold on. Screenshots of Andrew Tate's old website. I'm the most competent person on the entire planet to teach you about male-female interactions. How did I become rich? Webcam. I've been running a webcam studio for nearly a decade. I've had over 75 girls work for me, and my business model is different than 99% of webcam studio owners. Over 50% of my employees were actually my girlfriend at the time, and of all my girlfriends, none were in the adult entertainment industry before they met me. Holy shit! My job was to get women to fall in love with me. Literally, that's my job. My job is to meet a girl, go on a few dates, sleep with her, test if she's quality, get her to fall in love with me to where she'd do anything I say, and then get her on webcam so we could become rich together. Whether you agree or disagree with what I did, their loyalty, submission, and love for me doesn't matter. You cannot reject the results, and the results are simple. My girlfriends would do more for me than 99.9% of men's wives would do for them.
So it's going down. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's fucked.
Start a business, you'll make money.
It's all there.
2 decided to stay. 3 started crying, got back on the plane, because they're all different places in the world. I had them from when I was fighting. So I went and fought in Slovakia, got a girlfriend. Went and fought in France, got a girlfriend. Went and fought, so I had all these girls around the world. So I told them all to fly in, sat them all down together. Like, who the f*** are all these other girls? I was like, okay, truth time. Bang.
All these other girls probably think they're exclusive before they come to him, right? And now all of a sudden he lays the truth down on them. What is that's deception from the very beginning. His words, not mine.
I'm a G. F*** you all.
I'm a G.
I'm gonna start a business. You're all gonna live here with me. 3 got back on the plane. 2 decided to stay. 2 weeks later, 1 left, and so I was left with 1. But starting with 1 is good. But those 2 weeks, I f*** together a few times.
The G, as he calls himself, started with 5. Now he's down to 1. How much respect would you have for the 1 girl that's still standing there? The 4 girls, thank God that they had the sense. But really, who is the bigger man? Is the bigger man that's the poser who walks into a club with 12 girls? Or is the bigger man who is the honorable guy who stands by his family, raises a...
I feel like this guy's audience must have roasted him for this video. 8.5k thumbs up for 120k view video. Ooh.
Well, how old is it?
Is that low?
Don't know.
Family, has a decent job, goes to work every day, is solid. I'd rather go to a pub than a club any
That's
day.
good? Okay,
When
maybe
you
it's good.
are
I don't know what
that
the
guy,
typical
not the G,
engagement rate is for videos. I'm
but when you are a solid guy where you're there for your family, you're not trying to manipulate anybody, and you're a provider for your family, and you are a solid straight guy, that's the G. That's the person who's the real man.
Your goal is
Yeah, but you're not a Red Pill. to the Red Pill community, that is just. Oh fuck! Where did my Leatherman go now? I can't find fucking anything in this giant mess. This oak is not a. I mean, to the Red Pill community, he's the Red Pill god. To be able to do that, to even get one girl to stay. I mean, walk into a club with 5 chicks attached to you. You know, it's weird. I mean, these days you'd put the guys from the PUA community in the Red Pill bracket. But I remember reading The Game by Neil Strauss. And the reason I read The Game, well, I mean, it was a good read, number one. I read it when I was young. Well, high school, young high school, or high school-ish age. I don't know how young I was exactly. But I read The Game when I was young-ish. Because I was like sort of, you know, I had 2 friends that were like seriously good-looking guys. I'm talking like model good-looking guys. And the girls are just, you know, you'd go out with them and the girls would just gravitate to these 2 guys, you know. And you'd be sort of stuck, you know, not, you know, so I was sort of, but, you know, like you became sort of disheartened because every girl was just, you know, fawning over these 2 oaks. And they could get any girl they wanted just based on how they looked, you know, and it was a bit like, so I became like quite nervous around girls and a bit socially like awkward and when I approached and didn't quite know how to, you know, so my other mates had like sort of read The Game and they like told me I should read The Game, you know. So I read it and I know it wasn't an instruction manual, but it sort of like gave some bit of like instruction, even so. And then it like opened up, you know, a lot of went on the internet and I looked more. And I never got full on into the whole pickup artist world, you know, but like it just gave you certain little bits that made you like openers, for example, and the little bits afterwards of what to do after, like you opened, you know, went and opened a conversation with a girl, you know, it's just bits like that. And, you know, once I started doing those sorts of things and more, it just, you know, that sort of social anxiety and the nervousness just started to fall away. It started to disperse. And I wasn't... Yeah, I mean, and so like, because the more I did it, the more comfortable I became around girls, and I didn't have to like keep going the full PUA route anymore because I didn't need to. I just needed that initial sort of, I don't know, what would you say, guidance, you know, initial sort of push. And I think like that sort of aspect of it can help a lot of guys. in overcoming that sort of fear. But I mean, you could say that the real PUAs, you know, they're just out there to fuck a lot of girls. But like Neil Strauss, for instance, he wasn't. He was sort of, he did end up fucking a shitload of girls and all of that. But I think all he really wanted was a way to get over that sort of aspect and to ultimately find someone, which he did in the end. But yeah, that's all for naught, I suppose. But yeah.
To inspire a girl to make money and give you the money.
Your goal is to rip her off. That's really what he's telling you. Those are his words. I'm not taking anything out of context. We're not chopping
Oh
this
no.
up.
I feel like this guy's audience must have roasted.
Your goal is
What did he say?
Family, has a decent job, goes to work every day,
that's really
is
messed up.
solid. I'd rather go to a pub than a club any
That's
day.
good? Okay,
When
maybe
you
it's good.
are
I don't know what the
that guy,
typical
not the G,
engagement rate is for videos.
But when you are a solid guy where you're there for your family, you're not trying to manipulate anybody, and you're a provider for your family, and you are a solid straight guy, that's the G. That's the person who's the real man.
your goal is to inspire a girl to make money and give you the money.
Your goal is to rip her off. That's really what he's telling you. Those are his words. I'm not taking anything out of
Jesus.
context.
Fucking hell.
We're not chopping
Oh,
this
no.
up. This is his little seminar that he was pitching
Inspire
to all
her
these
to make
guys
money
out there
and then to
who
give
think
it
he's
to
got
you.
something to offer.
So the way you're going to do that is you have to have some element of influence, and you're going to have that element of
Now let go of
influence
my arm.
through her respecting you, looking up to you, and her believing she needs you.
Now that is a critical
Jesus
thing.
Christ.
You know, the old pimps, what they would do is they'd find some young girl at the bus station. This is an old school kind of thing, or the mall or whatever, and they shower them with gifts, and then they think they're the best, and you know, and these are chicks that don't have any self-esteem whatsoever, and then they start working for them, and then but it's a slow process.
Oh, it's got
a
1,000
slow
thumbs
process
down, so it's
of
got-
mind
it's a decent ratio,
control
okay.
And physical control with money, control with emotions, and actual physical control.
And this is extremely important because at the beginning she will need you, but then she won't need you. But you have to keep that fallacy, keep that dream alive.
Fallacy. That's his word. His word. Not taking this out of context. So she'll need you at first, but then she won't. But you have to keep her convinced that she does need you. That's how you control. That's the control part. And it is a fallacy. And what is fallacy? Fraud.
She can't do this without you to ensure that she doesn't do it without you. So this is what screen share is all about. Effectively, this is the way the business works. The girl sits on the camera. Now, when the girl is on camera, and you would have seen from my promotional video, that was at the height of my webcam empire. The blonde in that video I'm still with now. You'll see from there how we explain that there's people typing or pretending to be the girl 24 hours a day. So it hasn't got to be 24.
That part, I suppose, is fine in terms of a business model. But it's fraud. I mean, he's the one typing, and so you think you're getting all excited by something she's saying, and here you're really communicating with Andrew Tate.
But that
For some of
method
these guys, that's probably what they want. That's like a dream for some of these losers at work. I was sexting Andrew Tate the whole time.
is very important for two reasons. First, let me explain how it works. Listen up, motherfucker. So, the girl's on the webcam. She's sitting here. When a girl is on camera, she has a public room, which people will visit, and they will spend money in and talk shit.
And when you think about it, the people that he's appealing to on these webcams are just a bunch of really lonely guys, and there's a ton of them out there.
It is your job to train the girl to talk to and interact with that public room as much as possible. So when people come in the room and say, oh, hey, how are you? She's like, they type. The men type, hey, how are you? It comes in the box. She goes, oh, hey, I'm fine, thank you. You, and she has to make sure her public room is engaging and interesting as much as possible to keep people in the room. Now, while the public...
So there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with what he's actually doing.
Well, that's webcam models.
The nature of how he's getting the girls there and keeping them there.
She can also receive private messages. And all those private messages, you are going to reply to. And you're going to reply to them via screen share on a computer in a different room. As long as you're on the same Wi-Fi network, you're having more conversations with men than a girl could ever have on her own. Because she's too busy on her own. She's overwhelmed. She can't talk to all these people. So some guys you have to negotiate with, some guys you have to do a deal with, some guys whatever. You can do all that shit. But even more importantly, it makes the girl believe that she can't do it without you.
That's a recurring theme, that she can't do it without you. She is reliant on you. She needs you. And why is that important? Because if she thinks she can do it on her own, guess what? She does it on her own, and you've lost your profit center. That's what he's talking about. That's why the control is such an important aspect of what he does.
Why can't she just hire
At the beginning
someone
she
to
can,
do?
but there'll become a point she can't. But you being here, it synergizes this teamwork energy. We're gonna do this together. Yeah, you go on the camera. Don't worry, I'll talk to the guys. I'm gonna talk to them. We're a team. Happy, positive teamwork. There's no negative energy in this business. You have to be positive. So by you typing for the girl, you maximize your money, and also she believes she needs you, which is extremely important.
But
Later
she
on
doesn't,
down the
because she
line,
could
I got to
hire.
the point where I'd hired typers, so I didn't have to type. So I'd hired girls to sit and type and pretend to be the girl.
This is the crux. I mean, she could go off on her own and hire people to type for her. She could be taking in the lion's share of the money and just paying people to type for her. She could be doing what he's doing. She doesn't need him, but he's convincing. Is that illegal? Is that illegal? Or is he just outsmarting her? I don't know. That's not necessarily coercion, but it's... He isn't saying you can't do this without me, but he's saying, I don't know.
So I had girls online. I had an office full of girls pretending to type. So I had 4 typers, 20 girls online, for example. Another reason to use Chaturbate is because they will pay you in Bitcoin.
This is another critical part of what he does, and that may impact a criminal prosecution of him later. And if you recall at the beginning of this video, he talked about not wanting to own property because he didn't want to pay taxes. And him not paying taxes is a recurring theme. And so if he's avoiding taxes, you can't avoid taxes with Bitcoin. I mean, you still owe the money. If you're making money, it's income, you have income taxes. Just because you're paid in Bitcoin doesn't mean that you don't owe the taxes. So
but the government might not know about it, right? That's the point.
Your Bitcoin address, and they'll pay you in Bitcoin. And this is amazing because you've all seen the thought audit shit that's going on. You've all seen the fucking legalities of banking. Trying to get money out of these sites into your bank without paying a shitload of tax is actually very difficult.
See, it's that whole avoiding taxes. And it's not legal to do that. It's not legal to not pay your taxes.
And that was going to be about an hour segment of this fucking thing. But we don't need to do that anymore because in the last 6 months, Chaturbate have released a Bitcoin option. So they'll pay you in Bitcoin. So if your girl on there working, let's say you generate $3,000, $4,000, bang, you get Bitcoin into your wallet. Done. No fucking tax, no thought audit, none of that shit. And I had a separate phone with all my girls' guys in that phone, and I kept control of it. And I would speak to them, and before she went online, I would tell her like any basic information. You don't let your girl have this, because if your girl ever runs off and leaves you, which is going to happen to some of you at least, you don't want her to have an address book of all the guys she can get money from.
Another aspect of control. You don't want her to have your client list, because if she has your client list, she can leave you. So you've got to restrict her information. So it's systematic, and it's a systematic method of control to control these women. Now, these are not my words. These are his words.
They are his words.
Alone.
You want her to leave and go, well, I don't know the account. I don't have the password to the account. I've never set it up before. I don't know how the banking works. I don't have any of my guys' phone numbers. I have nothing. And that's why they don't want to leave. Because they're like, oh, well, he has everything. I need him. I have to stay with him. He has it.
Jesus Christ. So assuming that I'm so curious how like how Myron or Sneeko or whatever would defend this. Wait, is Sneeko streaming right now?
Wait. okay, apart from the taxes stuff, they're his clients, not necessarily the girl's clients, because it's his business. Like, I remember I had a hairdresser, and the hairdresser worked for a salon, but I only went to him. Like, I wasn't interested in seeing, like, anyone else at the salon, you know, because he was my hairdresser. Like, he did my hair how I wanted him to do my hair when I had hair, when I was younger. And then I remember phoning to make an appointment the one day, and they said he wasn't there anymore. And I said, like, what the fuck? Well, I didn't say what the fuck, but I said, well, what do you mean? Like, where is he? Like, oh, no, we don't know where he's gone. But he was found trying to take, you know, like, clients' names and details from the system. So they fired him. So obviously he was looking to leave. What ended up happening is he started his own salon. And what he was trying to do was take, you know, either all his clients or the salon's clients, and to say, like, he's starting his own salon and, you know, let everyone know type thing. And they fired him as a result. So I don't... Is it necessarily a bad thing? Is it illegal? For him to restrict clients' information? Because they're not necessarily... They're the business's clients. They're not necessarily her clients. If she's like, I look, fuck, I mean, God knows, like, if there's any contractual agreements and stuff like that in place, you know, that would, I suppose, there would have to be a discussion around that. I suppose that would have to be I mean, I doubt anyone signed anything, you know, going into this or anything like that. But yeah, it's definitely, I suppose it would be a form of control, trying to keep them there. For sure. But at the end of the day, I suppose they are the clients, they are the business's clients, not necessarily her clients. But it is a very effective way to make sure they don't leave. Don't know.
It's important. I'm telling you, it's a very important element, that control.
It's a very important element, that control.
The girls will be like, well, what the f*** do you need this dude for? And they will leave if you don't have every aspect under control. Tax is also another important element for controlling your woman.
Sorry, chat girls.
You're not going to pay
not
no
interested.
tax because you're getting paid in Bitcoin. So you don't need to pay
Yeah, that's true, especially Myron, because he worked with human trafficking, right?
to anybody.
That's not legal advice, by the way.
You need to tell your girl that you're paying the tax. Because girls are lazy, and girls are stupid, and girls don't understand how taxes work. So the girl's working with you, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, we've made this much money, but I'm going to pay the tax to make sure we don't get in trouble. She'll sit there and go, okay, okay. Now that allows you to do two things. One, it's another control element.
See how that control is a recurring theme over and over and over again?
If I work with him, my tax is not a problem. If I do it alone, I have to deal with taxes. Taxes are complicated. It's a control element.
And he doesn't have respect for these women at all because he thinks they're stupid.
It allows you to pay her a smaller percentage. So I used to pay my girls 30%. So for every $10,000 they made, I'd give them 3, and I'd keep 7. They thought they were on 50%. And I said that the disparity is because of taxes. So you're on 50%, but we had to pay the tax first, and then it's 50-50.
So he was
They
lying.
say, why is it 50-50? Because I'm the one on camera. You say, because I'm the one typing, I'm the one with the property you're working in, I'm the one paying the bills, the electricity, I'm the one who's and the electricity and every other maintenance cost of this property. I'm the one who bought the equipment. I'm the one who knows what he's doing. I'm the one with the knowledge. I'm the da-da-da-da-da-da. Shut the f*** up. Go online. And they should be pretty happy with that if they respect you as a person overall. So really you're paying 30, you tell them you're paying 50. The difference is in the tax. That's where the disparity lies, taxes. If they don't believe you or they want to get fresh or whatever, print out some tax forms. I used to do this all the time. I used to print out some random tax forms and say, yeah, sign here, sign this. What is it? It's for the tax. You want to pay the tax or not? Okay, and they just sign away. They don't know what they're fucking signing. I'll throw them away afterwards. But they think something's happening. Something real's happening. Nothing's happening besides me getting rich, bitch.
Nothing's happening except for me getting rich, bitch. That's what he just said. So he's taking another 20% of what would have been their earnings, saying he's paying. Middle word, fraud. That's fraud. Force, fraud, or coercion.
Anyway, so tax is another important element to keep control of the girl. You have to f*** girls. You cannot do a business relationship with a female, and I'll tell you why.
Milkers.
Women have sex with somebody. If they're not f***ing you, they're f***ing somebody else. Now, a woman's always going to be the most loyal to the guy she's f***ing, as opposed to anyone else for any other reason. If you have a girl work for you and you say, look, we're going to be business partners, we're going to make money, here's your cut, here's my cut, we're going to work together, blah, 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 blah. Here's a I've had dudes, I've known loads of guys.
What?
Who've like tried to do a contract with a girl, tried to sit there and talk common sense to a girl. When's the last time talking common sense to a girl has ever worked? Ever. If you're not f***ing the girl, she is f***ing someone else. And that other person she's f***ing is going to have the control over her mind.
Again, control. Control her through money, control her through information, control her through manipulation, control her through sex.
As opposed to you. And if he controls her mind and you don't control her mind, once she starts to pick it up,
Fix the sound. It's his video. How can I don't have a plugin that unechoes the sound, my dude. I don't know what you want me to say.
a bit after a few weeks, a few months, whatever, and realizes how to make money on her own, is she going to stay and keep paying you, or is she going to run off and pay her
Get rid of
boyfriend,
this
or them two are going to go
fucking
traveling in Southeast Asia, and she's going to work as she
posting
goes,
shitty
or she's
shit.
going to go to her boyfriend and say, look, fuck it, you type for me. What you actually turn these things into is Bitcoin. So effectively, what a webcam company is mining Bitcoin. But instead of mining Bitcoin the traditional way with huge electricity expenses,
You mine it with the women,
massively
with
expensive
boobs.
equipment and space and cooling and all that bullshit, you mine Bitcoin with some pussy and titties.
You mine Bitcoin with pussy and titties. That's what he just said. Did I take that out of context? I don't think I did. My whole point in bringing this up
Jesus Christ.
is not to bash Andrew Tate, although I'm not a fan, and I don't care to even pretend that I'm a fan. But it's an interesting case. It's an interesting case because it has international intrigue, but you also have, from his own words, the control aspect. How important it is to control these women. I think the government, with this video, with just this one video alone, has an excellent foundation for the sex trafficking charge. But more than that, they also have probably a tax beef that they could levy against him once they start diving into his books. In analyzing this, I really don't want you to think I'm taking anything out of context, because I'm not. But let's see, in his own words, how he's recruited, lured, or retained these girls.
Then you start saying things like, oh yeah, but you're always working. I have to do some traveling and you can't come. I want to bring you with me. Traveling's a great one because the thing about this business is mobile. If you can find a good Airbnb with good internet, you can run it somewhere else. So it's a good little caveat to throw in. Oh, and you're always working. Why don't you work for me so we spend more time together? Work for you doing what? So I'll have a webcam business. Oh, I don't want to do that. So okay, I know you don't want to do that, but listen. Come, let's have a meeting. Let's just talk about it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Fine. But let me explain it to you properly. In fact, I'll bring one of the girls who works for me. You, your bottom bitch, the new girl, you go out for a nice dinner. Your bottom bitch is the one who does the selling. You don't do the selling. The girl has to hear it from a girl. And this is where your bottom bitch has to be trained. That's why I said it's so important to have a good first girl.
Remember Ghislaine Maxwell? That was the girl that recruited for...
It's like
Epstein.
actually like he's giving like
Jesus.
legit actual sex trafficking bullshit, right?
Yeah.
It's literally what he's describing. Jesus Christ.
That's deep.
Jeffrey Epstein. Almost identical to what he's talking about here. When you put all this into context, you have the way he structured his business. One of the ways that he's lured the girls is by having another girl there, identical to what Epstein was doing. Now, and this is the danger when you have so much stuff that's out there that's reckless, right? Let's see what he has to say about the Romanian court system and their jails.
Romanian court. So there's some, oh no, not a court in Romania. They're corruption free, as we all know. Put me in jail. I'm gonna walk in there with a pile of money like this.
I'm gonna walk in there with a pile of money like this. Did he walk in there with a pile of money?
Boom, boom, boom. This some hoes. This cell's mine. I'm ready. Put me in jail. I don't give a fuck. Take their court case. Shove it up.
He's now in a jail in Romania. He is now going to be subject to the courts in Romania. He just, on this video, I'm sure the prosecutors have this, because I have it. If I have it, they have it. Flouting, taunting, showing complete and utter disregard for the Romanian court system, which he's now going to be facing. Now, if you recall, the statement from his own lawyer said Mr. Tate has nothing but the utmost respect for the court system. Well, that's not what it says here. So what I'm trying to get at here is the case for them to be made, and granted, women may come here by their own will or come to Romania and work for him. But
Oof. I don't know if this is true, but I've gotten this legal advice before. Foreign courts tend to be quite rough on foreign nationals as well. So like if I wanted to bring a suit against a company, this is one of the reasons why international courts exist. If I want to bring a suit against somebody in like Poland, I don't want to do that in a Polish court as a American. No, I don't trust that bullshit. This is where you would appeal to an international court and you say, hey, WTO or some other international body or third-party agreement set up as part of some trade agreement, I want to go to like a third-party arbitrator. Those third-party arbitration courts are set up like that because local courts in a country tend to defend their local people, right?
Alright, I want to
so
get
now,
to the sneaker.
Andrew Tate, who has constantly derided and
I'm tired of hearing about this. I want to get to the sneaker section.
You're making it terrible. Because when you spam blocks of text, it's very annoying, and I don't like you.
damn, that's harsh.
Yeah. Chat. Say L chat, Destiny.
I'm not gonna L your chat. That's rude. I'm a guest.
Okay, what's up? You want to turn your camera? We never have the camera on. We just always do the voice
I can't
thing.
do. My internet is so dog shit right now. Tomorrow I'll have real internet. Okay.
Okay, what's up with you though? W Dana White, right, for beating the shit out of his wife?
You know, I didn't look at all of that, but if you're Wing him, I'm gonna guess I'd probably L him. So
Wait, you're W domestic violence?
if he's beating his wife, I don't think I would be in favor of that.
Well, she slapped him first though.
Like, did she slap him and then he tried to kill her, or is he defending himself?
She slapped him and then he slapped back.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to see the video. I'm guessing Dana is probably quite a bit larger than his wife. That'd be my guess.
It was
That seems a little bit
we watched
sexist
it
to
earlier.
assume that a man is stronger than a woman just because he's a man.
Is it really sexist, or is it just like a reality of the world?
Well, there's a lot of things that are true about the world that you don't believe in.
Yeah, like what?
Like the vaccine is poison and it's killing people. And
Oh,
people are
fuck
dying
off.
suddenly.
What about COVID? Is that killing anybody or no?
Nah, nobody died from COVID.
Nobody died from COVID, but they are dying from the vaccine. Yeah.
Yes,
Jesus.
yes. They're dropping dead. They're starting to twirl and twitch, and people
Yeah.
are regretting taking it. And COVID, come on, kill people.
Do you think it's crazy that there were
Can't say
like
that on YouTube.
billions of people that got coronavirus vaccines, and like people are scrambling to try to find a couple people dying of?
Well, Haiti, nobody took it, and everybody's fine.
Yeah, everybody. No, nobody's dying in Haiti anymore. Not of cancer, not of old age, not
Not
of.
of COVID, not of COVID, and they never got.
They
the
didn't have
COVID
any
vaccine.
COVID deaths. Haiti had none. Zero.
They had no. They're fine. Before and after the vaccine, their death rate is extremely low compared to most nations, and they can't figure it out, and they never got the vaccine.
So if I look up Worldometer Haiti, you're telling me nobody there died of COVID?
Probably like 3 guys named Jean-Pierre, but they're good. They had an alarmingly low rate of COVID death, even though they didn't have the vaccine.
Did
And
they
more
have a
people
low
are
rate
dying.
of COVID death because not many people died, or do they have a problem recording deaths down there? What do you think?
Nobody's dying from COVID in Haiti. They're good. Because they got the sun, they go outside.
Oh yeah, the sun is what kills COVID now.
Yeah, it burns the germs.
Oh, okay. Well,
Jeez.
in that case,
Is
I'm a little
Sneeko
bit
just
low energy.
trolling
I feel a
here?
little bit
Does he?
sore today, Destiny. I'm not gonna lie. I still went to the gym. I did a podcast with Act, but you wanted to do a chit chat about Tate.
Yeah, damn. So I looked a little bit more into the Andrew Tate shit. It looks pretty rough. I'm gonna be honest.
What, the lover boy thing, whatever?
Yeah.
What about it looks rough?
Well, it kind of seems like he kind of sort of admitted to doing it all.
To doing what?
The lover boy
Having
thing.
cam girls?
That he would get girls, get them in love with him, get them entrapped in a business, steal money from them, make them work for him, and then
Steal money? No, they got their pay cut.
yeah, their cut was, but he stole from them. He literally admits in the video, he talks about how you can lie about how much taxes you're paying on behalf of them to steal like a bigger cut than what they're aware of because they're too stupid to figure it out otherwise.
What law is that breaking? That's not human trafficking.
Hold on. I just want to hear what
It's
did you just say,
fraud.
what law is that breaking? That if I tell you to pay something
That's
and I
fucking
lied to you about
fraud.
it, well, my guess is probably something to do with
That's not what he
theft.
did. That's not what I'm saying. What law are you accusing of Andrew
Well,
Tate?
my guess is it's going to be some form of
Breaking.
theft or fraud. That'd be my guess. If I tell you that I'm paying you $100, that's your cut, but I'm actually
theft or-
stealing.
So maybe fraud, but not human. You're not accusing him of human trafficking.
Well, no. That's just one part of the human trafficking, was the theft and fraud. The human trafficking part is when he ropes girls into his organization with the only intention of getting them to be camp girls for free. And then I think some of the accusations are he uses physical intimidation or violence to get them hooked onto whatever program so that they feel like they
It
can't
wasn't.
leave.
See, the loverboy method is not physical intimidation and violence.
I'm not talking about just the Loverboy method. That was one of the accusations that the Romanian
They're
police
accusing him
leave.
of manipulating them with love. Like these girls fall in love with them, and then they don't know how to leave, and they're just kind of confused and manipulated by love.
Sure. So one, that would already be illegal. But two, I'm almost positive that in the press
It's
release,
illegal to make girls fall in love with you.
for the express purpose of bringing them back to another country to make them work as cam girls, yes. It's called sex trafficking.
That's
Yeah.
not sex trafficking.
That's called pimping. Yes.
You never had a girl
Okay.
fall in love with you.
So this was my prediction, and you're falling into this because you're a bot. I know the programming, right? So my prediction was that
Vaccinated.
first he would get accused of this, and then you guys would come out and say, no, that would never happen. But the next step, when you start to realize what he's being accused of, is you would all go, oh, okay, well, that did happen, but it's not a big deal. And I think that's going to be your line throughout all
Yeah.
of it. Is you're going to say, okay, yeah, okay, sure, he made girls fall in love with them. Sure, he brought them over. You're going to say things as dumb as like, yeah, maybe he stole from them by lying about their taxes, but is that even a crime? Which is insane.
Okay, so but you're accusing him of very different crimes. Which one are you accusing him of?
Well, hold on. I'm just reading the press release from the Romanian.
Which one do you think that he's going to go down for? Like, do you genuinely think that he's a human trafficker?
Yes. Well, assuming if what he said was true, 100% yes. But I don't know how much he might just like ham up for YouTube or not. But if everything he said on the YouTube was true, on his YouTube videos, then 100%, yeah, he's a sex trafficker, of course.
Okay, this is a new definition of sex trafficking because they willingly were there. They were working. They had cameras everywhere. They
What do you
could've left
think
whenever they
willingly
wanted.
means? And no, they weren't able to leave because they were forced to perform.
Actually, no, a lot of them were encouraged to leave if they weren't abiding. If
How
they
do
weren't
you know
listening or they
this,
weren't being
Sneeko?
obedient. A
Were
lot of
you
them
there all the
Allegations were
time?
under threat of
He was
violence,
very
my
open
dude.
about all these
Under
podcasts
what
saying
does
that they could leave whenever
what
they
does
wanted
threat
to.
of violence mean to you, my
Do you
dude?
think he's gonna tell you the truth?
When did he threaten to hurt them?
I don't know when, but that was part of the public release, the press release. They were later forced to perform in pornographic content under threat of violence. The statement
No,
alleged.
there was no threat of violence. The one instance
do
that
you
I know, he talked
know?
about, because the one instance that I know that he talked about on the podcast was when
one
Why the
instance-
fuck would I care what he said?
I'm answering some. Okay, so I'm responding to my dude, the threat of violence. The one thing that he talked about on a podcast was that a girl threw up in the apartment and she didn't want to clean it up, and so he threw her stuff out the window when she wouldn't leave. Any girl who wasn't abiding by the rules was encouraged to leave. They were never held there against their will.
Okay, so then this threat of violence thing is just totally made up then. You're saying the Romanian authorities are lying.
Maybe that's what they're trying to get him for, but there was no threat of violence.
Okay, how do you
not
swear-
anything that he said on camera or anything like that. No.
Okay. Oh, because he told you, and he's a good guy. He would never lie, right? Criminals never lie about like the criminal things they do. Yeah.
Well, I've spoken
Well, he didn't lie. Well, I mean, he hasn't. He didn't say anything about. He didn't admit anything about keeping them there under threat of physical violence, but he admitted to all the other shit. That's for sure. We have it all on YouTube. In fact. And Sneeko is... Destiny did actually call it. He said it, like, exactly how they were gonna... react to it. That they were going to say, well, he did do it, but it's not such a big deal. You know, first they were going to say he didn't, and then they were going to say, oh, well, he did, but it's not such a big deal. Ugh, they're such predictable fucks. Protect their king. I don't know how they can't just admit when something, say, this, well, look, he's not convicted yet. I mean, well, based on what he's admitted to already, it's pretty fucked up. That's for sure. And I don't know why they can't just say, yeah, no, that's pretty fucked. Well, they have the problem is they have an entirely different perspective on what's right and wrong concerning women. So, I mean, what can you expect? Just from that, I mean, fucking hell. Listen to Sneeko go. Listen to what Andrew Tate said in that whole thing about women. Just, they're assets, they're stupid, they can't be trusted to do business or handle money. I mean, fucking hell. Motherfucker. He's a kickboxer, I'm not going to get in a fucking fight with him. But I would like to put him in the ring with some choice UFC fighters and see what happens. Fuck, man, I'm hungry and I don't know what to order. What should I order? Do I feel like a burger? Do I feel like Indian food? Do I feel like pizza? You know what the problem is? I get hungry and then I order something on Uber Eats, and then I fucking forget I ordered it, and then it arrives. I'm like, who the fuck is at the gate? And then here, like, I can't decide what to eat. And then I just think, fuck it, I won't eat. Which isn't good either, especially now. I don't feel so great. And I should eat something, because my head is not... a fucking headache. Nikos Santon, it's Greek. Nando's call it... I feel like Nando's. Do you know Nando's started in South Africa? It's a South African brand. Proudly South African. All of y'all out there who didn't know that. Quarter chicken. No, it's not. Like a shawarma. I don't know. Fuck. Wait, what happened to Tava? Was that Tava? Oh man, that's the Royal fucking Indian. I don't want that one. No. My favourites. Oh fuck, did it just close? Oh wait, oh there it is. Yeah. Gotta happen. Add to basket. Garlic naan. Should I just order one garlic naan? Or two? Garlic naan. Oh no, not three. So what am I getting? I'm getting a hot chicken vindaloo and garlic naan. Yeah, order placed. I like it spicy, my brothers out there. Who can understand what I'm saying? Okay.
Looking at him, the stuff he's talking about on camera. What are you talking about? Are you talking about stuff he said on podcasts, or like what are you going?
Well,
off
in
of
terms of
that he
him
threatened-
describing how he
that's a really big accusation. What are you citing that he threatened to hurt them?
I'm citing the Romanian Authority press release. They were forced to perform in pornographic content under threat of violence. That's what the statement alleged.
Okay, and where do you see the threat of violence?
I don't. I'm not the prosecutor.
75 girls and then 2 guys, Andrew and Tristan, and all of them, 75 girls are scared of violence. How do you keep 75 girls in line with the threat of violence at the same? They were in love.
They found 2
It's a threat
guns
of
on the
how do you-
premises.
They could have an uprising if they wanted to.
Do you want to put money on this?
Money on what?
The $100 that there was absolutely no threat of violence. So you know that 100%. Because there's no way that you can know that, right? You're saying that like he's my friend or whatever, but you don't know that. You don't have access to the same data that the prosecutors have access to.
Destiny, how do you threaten
No, hold on.
75 women
Think
at the same
very
time?
easily
With a
5
gun.
large men. Why are you acting like an SJW now? Are you retarded?
What 5 large men are you talking about?
Anybody. You could hire security. You have 75 girls that all weigh, what, 110 pounds? How many girls do you think it would take to take down Andrew Tate? How many could he take at once? You think 3 women are taking down Andrew Tate, the guy that was a kickboxer? Right? Or they hire like 2 or 3
And if
security?
there was
No, I want to
75,
hear you say
you know,
that. I
working
want to hear
in
you say
different
that.
houses
Give me a
at the same
number.
time.
I want you to give me a number. How many men, how much security would they have to hire to take into account that they need 75 women to
Okay,
work
so
under?
now
like
you're
me?
accusing the security.
No, I want to hear a
of
number.
violence
I'm not
against
moving on
Tate.
from this point. I want you to give me a number. I want to hear the
Number of
SJW.
what number?
I want to hear the SJW Sneako tell me how many men would it take to keep 75 women working. I want to hear that number.
Under the threat of violence?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I'm not a sex trafficker.
No, I just want to hear. I just want to estimate. Take a guess.
To threaten 75 women with violence?
Yeah.
That against their will?
That's
And they can't
usually
leave
why
wherever
you
they
would
want
threaten
to?
with violence is because it's probably going to be against their will.
Okay,
Yeah.
And they can't go home and just go. You think? that
Well, if
every
they could go
single day-
home, it wouldn't really be sex trafficking, would it be?
They can't go home, and every single day they're being held there against their will. They're not happy. They're just constantly working. They're on camera, so unhappy and so scared that they're still able to smile and chat and be a nice place for these simps to go and talk to women online. These women who are
Sneako,
so
you
manipulated.
are just-
Wow,
still
you've
able to
never
talk in
heard
front
of
a
somebody
camera.
who's like severely depressed, puts on a smile, kills themselves the
He's
next day?
just
You've never heard of somebody in an
so
abusive
young
relationship
and
that
naive.
outwardly...
Every single day.
Okay, I just want to hear a
There's
number.
difference between
What's the
an
number? I want to hear the
abusive
number. I want to
relationship
hear
and
the
sex
number.
trafficking.
Give me the number.
I
just
don't
want
know
to
the number, Destiny. I don't know
Oh
the
my
number. I
God.
don't-
You're being an
this
SJW
is,
right
this
now.
Is a scenario that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
No,
You
this
have
is the
blue hair,
scenario
call
that
me
was.
an SJW.
This is the. I know, and you're more of an SJW than me right now because you're talking about how strong women are. Oh yeah, like 75 women, they could easily overpower and rise up. Bro, how many slave owners were there to slaves in the United States for over 100 years? Right?
When
What do you
did
mean?
you even hear that they had security for these women? Where are you making?
I don't
this up that
know
had
if they
security
did.
watching?
I'm just saying-
So
I'm
if
just-
you don't know, then why am I answering your scenario that has nothing to do with the papers that you read from the Romanian government?
Because you're acting incredulous that they could be held there under threat of violence, and I'm curious where that incredulity comes from. Where you're like, no,
Okay, well,
impossible.
I can answer that if there were armed guards and they were blocking the doors with their
They
bodies.
found
and that these
2
girls
guns.
weren't actually in love and weren't willingly doing this.
I think
then
there
yes,
were
I can
2
answer your
Glocks.
question, but I'm not going to go and try to put
Okay,
more
go
dirt
ahead
on
and
their name
answer
right
the
now
question.
When everybody's
Wait,
saying,
I'm sure I'm
Hey,
right.
this is shit that he's.
I'm sure I'm right. I'm sure I'm right. Maybe it was from the April one, but I'm sure I'm right. Romania court extends detention of Andrew Tate house. Andrew Tate arrested. Inside Andrew Tate's luxury below include. Okay. Because this, I mean, you can have one guy and one gun, and that's enough to keep everyone there under threat of violence. 4-time kickboxing was okay. There, see? I don't know if it's a clock. Is that a Glock? The luxury villa where Andrew Tate was arrested by Romanian police on Thursday contains top-end security system and a closet for several guns. Former kickboxing world champion Tate was one of 4 people arrested in connection with an investigation into allegedly human trafficking, rape, and forming an organized crime group. Tate was filmed being taken away in cuffs from his home, and could be heard saying "The Matrix has attacked me" to reporters at the scene. The American-born Brit lives in a fortress-like compound in a small village in the north of Bucharest. Tate's gym, car garage, recording studio, and villa are all in the huge complex where he runs his online money-focused community, Hustlers University, which has over 100,000 members. Before he was banned from Instagram, Tate did a walk-around tour of his luxury home that showed off a number of extravagant rooms in the middle of a lounge. There's a dancing pole that is surrounded by sofas and a cinema-style chairs. A workstation sits behind that with several monitors along the table, accompanied by a big TV screen. The tour continues into a security room which features a TV screen showing the live views of 16 different CCTV cameras from across the villa. Tate then walks back into a living room and shows off the 4 world kickboxing titles he won during his fighting career, each one in its own glass box. Tate walks into a luxury bathroom before heading into a bedroom with 2 wardrobes on display, one of which with clothes and other with several guns. Katana-style sword is seen on top of a table next to a large bed. Absent from the video is Tate's garage that consists of 33 supercars, the most expensive being a Bugatti Chiron that is worth almost £5 million. In a clip released... Jesus. Look at those fucking guns. Look at this. Sorry, that's all you need for the threat of violence, right here. I wonder if those are full autos. What kind of... Are those M4s? They're not AR-15s. In a clip released by Romanian police, which took place after Tate's arrest, officers can be seen walking through his luxury villa. The video, from an officer's perspective, shows guns, brass knuckles, and swords on tables in the house, wads of cash, cigars, and a gorilla ornament made out of American dollars, also on display. Alongside 2 other Romanian nationals, the brothers have been investigated since April. A statement from Russian... Oh, Jesus. You don't need to be physical when you have fucking guns like that.
Said he was retarded enough to state all this shit publicly. He outs himself as a sex trafficker on his YouTube, and now you're saying that like this is attacking him? This is all shit that he said. That's not what a
sex trafficker is. This is like being an OnlyFans pimp.
No, an OnlyFans pimp? Bro, when you're flying women to other countries to put them in a basement to work for you, that's sex trafficking. What do you think sex trafficking is?
Do you think these women were there, like flew there unwillingly, or do they actually love?
I don't think they loved. They didn't fly there to work OnlyFans. That's why he bragged about the fact that none of them had a history in the adult entertainment business.
Okay, so these girls were, how did they get there? Do you think some big bodyguard, these security guards that you're talking about, was sitting next to them on the plane with a bag?
No, he probably flew them there because they thought that he loved them.
Oh.
But he did it under false pretenses. Why are you going, oh, that's sex trafficking, my dude?
That's not a threat of violence. That's them being in love. Those are 2 very different things.
Yeah, initially, when they go there,
how stupid are you, Sneaker?
But when they're held there, they were later forced to perform pornographic content under threat of violence. That's what the statement said.
That's what the statement says. We'll see what happens. But there's a big difference between going there against their will
Nobody
every
said they
single
went
day,
there against their will.
Smiling professionally in front of
Yes,
the camera.
that's
while
how
there's a
sex
gun
trafficking works.
pointed- While there's a gun pointed behind the computer screen and these girls are there.
You don't need a gun
smiling and
pointed
giggling
there.
For simps there. That doesn't make any sense, Destiny.
Jesus.
That makes absolutely no sense.
Okay, gotcha. Damn,
Well,
but like
you
Hunter
just-
Biden
young
selling secrets
and-
around the world trading under Joe Biden's name that we have no evidence for. That makes 100% perfect sense.
Sneaker, he's-
That
he's-
When did I
story.
say that?
He's,
When did I say
he's
that?
Oh, you don't believe any of
actually
the Hunter
he's
Biden stuff, then?
stupid.
Oh, okay. At least you're
They-
consistent.
I've decided
You're really
he's
skeptical.
They
stupid.
hid about the laptop. Of
He's
course they
stupid.
did. They didn't want Biden's name to be
Wait, so
smeared, so they hid the laptop.
Do you
for
think
sure.
Do you think Biden was trading under his dad's name and performing illegitimate business?
I don't. They haven't released all the documents from the laptop yet. Then we'll figure it out.
Oh, okay. So same thing with we'll figure it out for Tate too, right? We don't know yet.
We will figure it out. But you're making heavy accusations for a man that everybody's targeting right now.
I'm not
and-
making heavy accusations. I'm just repeating.
are.
What have I said that he hasn't said on video or that isn't in that
You're
statement?
assuming a lot about these women. If you're thinking logically,
I haven't
75 women on the
Sigo,
makes sense.
his own words were that he would get women to fall in love with them. He'd bring them to a dinner with another girl that he's pimping out. He'd get that girl to convince them to do sex work. He would steal from them by lying on their tax forms, and that he would do this to woman after woman. These are all his words. None of that. I'm
We know
not,
that.
I'm not even
We
making.
know that.
What?
I'm talking about the threat of violence that you keep talking
The threat of violence I'm referring to is what was the Romanian police released.
Yeah, I know, but nothing in that story shows that there was an actual threat of violence. That's a serious accusation that you're sticking to.
That's
Sure,
what the
police might be
trial
saying
is
that now
for.
because-
That's what the
Okay,
trial is for.
So
Yeah.
we will see. But in what you're describing right now, I don't see at any point where there's a threat of violence. Seems like they were in love and they were competing for their attention. And that's what I've
75
seen.
girls were in love
Yeah,
and competing for his
75
attention.
Hell yeah. When I was in Romania,
That-
30 women were in love with Tristan Tate. I did not think it was possible, but seeing them, they all sit
That
there
seems
obediently
fucking
waiting
more
for a drop of
unrealistic.
their attention. If they could do that same thing professionally with all their time focused on these girls, 100%. I saw it with my own eyes. I've never
a fuck.
seen men capable of doing that before. They
Of
can have
trafficking
30,
women?
40
Bro, go to the hood,
trafficking
find
women,
some
of
pimps.
having
People do this
many
all the
women
time.
in love with them.
Yeah, pimps do this shit. What do you mean? What you're
Is it- but they
describing
never-
is pimping.
They never hit these women. I don't. There was no
Well,
threat
maybe
of
you don't know
violence.
that. They didn't do it in front of you.
We'll find out. You don't know either, but we'll
I
figure it
don't,
out.
but the difference is I'm agnostic, and you're here saying that you can't even think that's a possibility. I'm the one being honest here. I don't know. It might be that nothing comes of this. That might be the case, but you're here saying like it's impossible. It's not impossible, and you still didn't give me a number. How many men would it take to keep 75 women locked in a fucking room doing fucking cam content?
It doesn't
If it
even
comes out that there were
matter.
armed guards like that were actually blocking that, I
Uh-huh.
can't. This is a
Well,
hypothetical.
we
I'm
know
trying to
that
get
there
a clip
was
from that. I'm not gonna
fucking
answer because it's irrelevant.
weapons.
The police are
Gotcha.
talking
I
about
just
right now.
So it would be
fucking
like 4
showed it.
people. You admit that then. You don't want to give the hypothetical because you know it would be a really
Four
low
for
number.
75.
Yeah, easy. Maybe 2.
4 for 75.
Maybe
I
2.
think they could go. Okay, 4. They can go home for 4. They can go home for 4.
Two men at the front, big dudes with guns. They're just gonna try to walk out. Are they gonna make a plan and try to fucking?
So where are these 75? Are they all supervising them when they go to sleep?
They're probably not all working at the same time, but I don't know. They might be fucking. They might have a separate sleeping room. I don't know what their setup
Okay, so
is
if
like.
there's a threat of violence, so they're coming in and out. So then one day
Don't
they
they
go to
take
the
their
coffee shop, they go to the
passports
yoga
as well?
studio, then on Wednesday, then they go and sell their bodies online.
Bro, if you're stuck in a foreign country, you're stuck in a foreign country with no money. You might not even speak the language.
Stuck? You can get on a flight.
How do you know?
How do you know?
How do I know? You're the one that's making the accusation. I'm agnostic. I don't know. I'm just going by what the accusations are. You're the one saying it's impossible otherwise.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying it's extremely likely, and
didn't
nothing
he
from what
take
I've
their
seen being at their
passports?
house and nothing
Doesn't
about
he
their
take their
characters
passports
points
as
to
well?
them
I'm sure he
threatening
does.
women
Wait,
against
hold
their
on.
will.
I think did Tate actually say he took their passports?
Yeah. I'm sure he did.
I don't know.
Hold on. Somebody in chat. Can somebody tell me? Did Tate actually say that? He might have said in his own words that he took their passports. Yes, he did say that. Okay, so that's how they can't leave then. He actually takes the passports. And he probably lies and he says it's for tax reasons. I think you're glazing right now, bro.
They could
What
have
does
asked for it
chat
back.
say?
They kicked out many
Ah,
women.
for fuck's sake.
Destiny, do you not hear
Oh
about the
my
podcast? You
God.
have selective hearing. You don't hear about
He
how many
is
times
so
these women were acting up and
naive.
they kicked him out because they didn't know how to obey.
He's not naive. He's just
Yeah,
he's just
what
bad
you just
faith.
said sounds like sex trafficking,
This
my
is the
dude.
most
I don't know how you
bad
don't understand
faith
that. Like every time
I
you
think
talk to
I've
defend
ever
him,
seen it.
it sounds more and more like sex trafficking. Get that many women to obey him and work for him. They all sit there obediently. They don't say anything. That sounds like sex trafficking.
It sounds like they were in love.
And
That's
then
not
being
how love.
used
That's
to
not
do
what
sex
love
work.
is.
Right
Yeah,
now.
and then being used to do sex work that they had no prior history of. That sounds like sex trafficking.
Only stuff behind a camera.
Where they're in a country where they're being stolen from and then not allowed to leave.
Stolen.
Tate's own words.
Did he ever say that?
Yes.
When did he say the passport thing? Send me the clip where he said that thing about the passport.
Somebody link me the video. Hold on. Give me 1 second. My internet's really slow, so I gotta load it.
Thanks for the time, Jeremy. Destiny is now the expert on love when he's getting covered in the Daily Clown World. Jeremy, Myron already broke down the Romanian press release and proved it's all bullshit. Destiny is the king of cucks. They're calling you a cuck. I'm getting thanks to the 20. I had to buy a damn US mobile number. VPN's able to comment.
We help people get multiple passports and multiple residencies and multiple bank accounts because I believe your #1 priority as the world reopens should be getting as many
Wait, this is not the video. Hold on.
Huh? Oh no, that was the thing about him having multiple passports.
I never heard that they had passports and they were being held against their will and they couldn't leave the country.
Is there no transcript?
Maybe I should watch all these Bruce Rivers things about Tate.
Okay, here is this video. If you want, you can watch and react to this on your stream. It'll be good content. But this guy goes over all over. Andrew Tate is talking about how he does this is how I steal from them their taxes.
Is that true about the passport? Is that true?
I don't have the transcript for this, so I can't go through it. But I know in this video he talks about the tax records and everything. 100%.
Yo, DGG, did he genuinely steal passports and
that's what
prevent
people
them
in
from leaving the country?
Chat said.
I don't know where you're getting this.
Someone in chat said it. I remember hearing the tax thing. I don't remember hearing of the passport thing, but the tax thing and the stealing from people is definitely in here.
I remember hearing something about the passport.
The case for them to be...
Maybe I can find it. The wrong place. Oh shit. No, that's like me watching my speed test. Maybe I can find it. Okay, let's do some investigatory shit. Actually, what is Destiny doing? Is he taking calls? I want to talk to him about this.
So I tend to just like feel like if I can't get it done on my own, it's basically whatever it is, it's fucked. So I tend to just not make big asks of other people because nothing ever gets done that way, unless it's people that I'm like directly managing. If it's an employer, or I'm sorry, an employee, then I can say like, oh, do this or you're fired.
Oh no, that was the one.
It's been the opposite, and so either my experience is like there's some fundamental aspect of my experience that's different than yours, or maybe you should consider that the way you're asking isn't necessarily.
Do you think it might be that we inhabit very different industries as well, maybe potentially?
Well, I mean, the Twitter thing's a good example, right? Like, I know we inhabit different industries, but I'm telling you, throughout my life, I've done this kind of stuff, and it's not just Twitter. Like, I can give you plenty of examples, but I think, again, getting the right message in front of the right person produces results a significant amount of the time.
Sure.
Andrew Tate convinces random women to become Kangol. Must watch. Maybe got to resort to Google. Okay, that's what just happened. Controversial. British TikTok star Human trafficking and rape investigation. Brothers make millions using cameras. Sub stories. This is Twitter though. Unless there's an article attached to this, I'm not inclined to give it much time. What? Andrew Tate confessed to taking girls hostage by stealing their passports. He would use girls for webcam business, which generated $250,000 a month. He's facing human trafficking charges and is being detained for 30 days by Knew I'd found something in the archives. August 2019, at Tell Your Son This, claims Andrew Tate admitted to trapping a girl by stealing her passport and forced her to... Fuck. I can't zoom in. I can't read this. I have screenshots of literally admitting. Wait, there we go. Still not enough. See if we can do it like this. Desktop. Save. Where are you, image? I gotta know what it says. And if there's any fucking legitimacy to it. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's not gonna be fucking easy. Someone let the crying little girl know I don't have to stalk his account because his ex-girlfriend is sending me screenshots and laughing at. I have screenshots of you literally admitting to trapping a girl in Romania by stealing her passport to webcam for you. Like, do you really want to go there, bro? You're a degenerate criminal. You stalked my profile to get these screenshots because you're blocked. LMAO. Yeah, bro, but I can't see any of this shit. Motherfucker. This thread does a good breakdown of Andrew Tate's numerous confessions. It's from back in April when Andrew was initially charged with human trafficking. Bro has been literally telling the world all about. Where the screenshot? Nah, sorry, I can't go on that. On my phone popping off on. Okay, we can go through one more article and then I gotta pop off because my food is on its way. Tate sold his webcam firm last August to his girlfriend. Huh? Years later, she sold it to... Okay, fuck it. British TikTok stars emerged as a key figure in the Andrew Tate human trafficking and rape investigation. Tate, 36, remains in custody in Romania, sold his webcam firm last August to his girlfriend, Georgiana Nagel. As Romanian officials were investigating his business interests, 12 days later, Miss Nagel sold the company to a Dubai-based company called Poslipo with Abigail Tyson, 31, acting as his legal representative and playing an instrumental role in completing the deal. Miss Tyson is a leading figure in the world of adult content, earning a small fortune and enjoying a luxurious lifestyle, which is in stark contrast to her humble upbringing in Grimsby, Lincoln. She has more than 288,000 TikTok followers and has also amassed a loyal following. Pornographic websites such as OnlyFans and MyFreeCams, which users pay to access. Miss Tyson posts social media pictures of herself enjoying a lavish lifestyle in exotic locations and is believed to divide her time between Romania and Dubai. But now her connections to Tate are being further probed by Romanian investigators who have indicated that they would like to speak to her about what she knew about his business activities, but she is not under suspicion of any crimes. Following the sale of Tate's former company, Groundbreaking Development, a website management and consultancy company he owned, to Poslipo, an announcement published in Romania's company Gazette stated, Nagel Georgiana Manuela, the only shareholder of Groundbreaking Development, has agreed the following. Pictured as a leading figure in the world of adult content, earning a small fortune and enjoying a luxurious lifestyle, which is in stark contrast to her humble upbringing in Grimsby, Lincolnshire. Miss Tyson regularly posts social media pictures of herself enjoying it though. Cessation of 20 shares and representing 100% of the company of Poslipo Enterprises FZ Co. Zico, located in Dubai, through legal representation Tyson Abigail. Ms. Tyson's personal details such as her date of birth and passport number are redacted. Now, this doesn't say anything about. Maybe he didn't take their passports. Oh, I'm sure he took their passports, but can't find fuck all about it, can we? Alright. I will be streaming later.